Let's do the PowerPoint, eh, girl?
Hey, girl.
So this one, I don't know anything about this one, but it sounds pretty interesting.
I think this is crazy.
I don't know anything about this one either,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
hadn't
excited.
heard literally anyone talking about it. I saw Jesse and Lily were talking about it on Do We Know Them? That was it. That's all I saw.
Okay.
So there's a YouTube. Well, you explain it, right? So I'll just go through it.
No, I'll tell you. I'll take you through the story. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a YouTuber, Ayydubs, which is kind of funny because we have Ayydubs and Ayydubs.
Yeah.
The Dubs episode.
When I saw the title, I was wondering if this was a joke or something. I didn't know.
Yeah. No, it's real. All right. So, girl, do I join a cult? The mysterious disappearance of Axel Weiss.
Alyx Weiss.
A little true crime-ish.
Alyx.
Sure, if you want to say it, but her name is Alyx, not Axel. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
Alex.
Just a quick correction.
Axel. Yeah, I could see. Well, if
Just Alyx.
yeah, if the Y and L were reversed, it might be
100%.
Axel, maybe.
Maybe.
All right, let's go. So here she is. Go ahead.
Okay, so, girl, do I join a cult? The mysterious disappearance of Alyx Weiss. Our first player. This is Alyx Weiss. She's a YouTuber. Her main series was fake Uber prank. She was like a fake Uber driver. She was really good friends with Gen X Pen, if you remember who that is. She had a series on her channel called Revealing Your Secrets, and which is later what branched into what the name of her podcast was. But that's our first player.
Okay, but there's good tea actually in this Reveal Your Secrets. I lost my virginity to my sister. I ate cat poop and liked it. Let's go, dude.
4.7 mil, baby.
What's your argument? What's your argument? Lose it with someone you trust. That's what they always say.
All right, and next player is cults, like the concept as a whole. That's our friend Jared on the right.
Is he involved or just he's
No,
representing
just
cults?
cults, the concept as a whole.
Okay, like that.
I think, yeah. Ayahuasca is our third player.
Interesting.
I didn't know that's
really?
even what it looks like. It's just like a root? What is ayahuasca?
It's a plant.
Well, yeah. I don't think this is like prepared because ultimately it's like a
drink,
stew.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay, it's a drink. Have you tried it, Dan?
No. Bradley Martin offered to hook us up though.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I forgot about his ayahuasca
Yeah.
enlightening.
Yeah. He gained the power of empathy from ayahuasca.
I love them, man. It's like they can't talk to a therapist because that's gay, so they just have to take ayahuasca and hope
Right.
that like does something.
Well,
to
in
help
his
them.
case, it sounded like it did.
Yeah, it did.
Positive. So
No, it did.
That's nice.
Yeah, he had a really positive experience with it. Probably not her though, where this is going.
Fourth
Yeah, maybe not.
player of the story, last player. This is Tessa, the girl we met while doing ayahuasca.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Ayahuasca is a type of brew made from ingredients with hallucinogenic properties, though some claim it can benefit brain health and well-being. It is also associated with several potential risks. Well,
Right,
what
well-
drug isn't?
Well, we're about to find out about those risks.
I would describe it's like acid, but more spiritual by the way people describe it. I don't know. Or mushrooms.
So, next slide. YouTuber to podcaster pipeline. She was following the pattern, started a podcast summer 2022. It was called Revealing Your Secrets with Alyx Weiss. Very normal progression in terms of YouTuber to podcaster.
Okay.
We're on track.
We're on
Yeah,
track.
and fairly big. She had what, like 2 million subs or something? What is it?
Yeah, she was
1.7. That's, that's respectable for sure.
So, her final episode of the podcast, it was not announced that it would be the final episode, was December 16th, 2022, with guests Carly and Aaron from the vlog. They were from the Vlog Squad before. It was them with her. It was a normal episode, but something interesting happened during that episode. If we go to
Okay.
the next slide.
Yes. Oh.
Alex brings up that she was
Yeah, of
approached
course.
by a
Good.
cult.
Whoa.
And this was our last episode before we went dark for a long time.
Whoa.
Okay.
So should I just watch this timestamp?
Yep, watch the timestamp.
This has nothing to do with you, but it's something that
I love
happened to
that.
me yesterday, and I just want to talk about it.
Okay.
I escaped a cult yesterday.
A cult?
A cult.
Which one? In LA?
I don't. Well, first off, I'm not sure the name of it. The information I do have, I'm like nervous to even say it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Wait, T.
So I went on Meetup to find a group to meditate with because I've been meditating a lot
Perfect
lately.
cult. That's
doing
where
yoga.
you fall into a cult.
So yesterday I was pulled off the street and kidnapped in a windowless van. Oh, tea? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Spill the tea.
Okay, girl. Oh, that reminds me of. Can you pull up that tweet from Hank Green? He sadly shared that he was diagnosed with cancer, which is horrible. I mean, I feel so bad.
No.
It is luckily, as he explained, one of the most treatable forms of cancer, with like 90% survival rate, long-term survival rate. But anyway, as of course, it's terrifying to be.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Like yeah.
Oh.
Oh no! Why did he do that? Oh, do we have a? I sent a. Did I send a screenshot?
Maybe. I'll go look through
It's
ours.
so good. It's so good. Drama alert. Keemstar tweets out from the Drama Alert account. Hank Green diagnosed with cancer, and then Hank Green quote tweeted it and said, "Drama."
I'm drunk.
Like his fucking cancer diagnosis. Drama alert.
Hashtag drama alert.
So funny.
Thank you.
Okay, so here it is anyway.
Yoga. I would love like a spiritual community.
Uh-oh. This is definitely it. Going in the direction of a cult.
Of a cult, yeah. So I signed up for this meditation. I go to somewhere in Pasadena that's like in the middle of nowhere.
Oh my God.
It's this like non-secular religious compound. Like it's literally a compound.
God.
You know, there are buildings. It's like in nature, whatever. I noticed the second I drive onto the property, my music stops playing on my phone, and I look at my phone and I have no service.
No.
Yeah.
Girl, turn around.
But I didn't. 'Cause
No.
I always like, you know.
You have to know.
I knew, but do you ever just kind of,
Yeah.
you just want to
It's just like,
explore
well,
a little bit, and I made it all the way. I drove a while
Yeah.
to get there. It was like a 40-minute drive.
The way that
Anyways,
this
so
story, if we want to cap that right now, it ends with people were very nice. It was fun. I talked to some people and they invited me to a potluck, and I kind of want to go.
So wait, I wonder why she framed it like I escaped a cold.
Well, I think it's the clickbait of it, but then it's also the self-awareness, which is interesting considering what happens afterward. But yeah, I think it's self-awareness, humor, and also being interested in the cult.
So she went on to describe actually they're awesome and she's gonna do a potluck with them.
She was like, they were really nice, and they invited me to a potluck, and I might go.
Did she describe what's cultish about them?
The compound aspect.
There's
Hey,
more.
A little bit of a red flag.
We'll learn a lot more
Invited me
about
to
what she's interested
a
in.
potluck. It was only Kool-Aid though.
Yeah.
I found that to be a little weird.
Everyone's wearing
Right.
Nikes.
Yeah.
Someone had grapes, someone brought cherry.
Here's the tweet. It's Hank Green was diagnosed with cancer. It's just him. It's like
It's just the fact that it's a drama alert.
Yeah.
Like
drama.
You made the news.
You made the news. Ah, that's so true.
Write them right on Drama Alert. Drama Alert.
I don't know if people even still remember, but whenever Keemstar would talk about you in his episodes, he would tweet at you, you made the news.
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Interesting.
We then go dark for 4.5 months. Everywhere.
Whoa.
No Insta, no Twitter, nothing.
That's crazy.
So,
Wow.
yep, like in March, this article came out. This is before she came back. If you go to the next slide, a fan posted this TikTok, which did gain traction, which caused people to realize that she had been gone for so long.
And people were connecting the dots
Yes.
of like, this is a
There's
cult thing.
YouTuber and
Okay, so yeah, I see this got a lot of likes, engagement here. Let's check it out. From Brygul.
there's this YouTuber and podcaster I've been listening to that said they were going to go meet up with a cult and then dropped off the face of the earth, and nobody's talking about it, and they're super popular. So it's Alyx Weiss. This is the podcast I've been listening to, and I only noticed because I went to go listen to the newest episode because it had been a while, and there was no new uploads. This is the last episode she posted. It was December 16th, and this is where she mentions like going and meeting up with like a cult for lunch or something like that. So then I took to her Instagram, and no new post there either. But if you look in the comments, everybody seems, people are worried. I'm worried. Like, I'm just like...
Let me read this comment. I'm genuinely concerned for Alyx. I've been worried since she first mentioned the potluck on the podcast. I think about her going MIA multiple times a day. It just really uneases me knowing she went to it, even though she herself had bad vibes. I wish someone could let us know she's okay. Interesting, because she's clearly, if she's anywhere and okay, seeing this feedback of people being worried about her.
One would think,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if she's seeing it or if they're like, put your phone away.
Right. Yeah, I'm assuming if you were to assume that she's fine, you know what I mean? She's not in a cult and she's fine, then she's going to have seen all this.
Yes, yes.
I'm not going to tell you yet
Okay.
if she's seen it.
Okay.
Fine, people.
This is just kind of odd. Like, don't you think this is kind of odd? And she has like 1.7, big number. big number of followers. And I feel like no one's talking about this. And she hasn't posted on YouTube, nothing. What's up? What's up? Can some TikTok sleuths do their TikTok thing? I'm not a sleuth. So, but I want to know what's up.
Okay, me
There
too.
we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn.
So, fans are worried. And we're back with a new video. 2 weeks ago, after 4.5 months of not posting anything. She
Just
posted
happened
this
2 weeks
video-
ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Ooh.
She posted revealing my secret, talking about the cult. And she did click that.
Whoa.
I have all the good timestamps. Don't worry.
This tea is hot.
To just talk this through with a friend. I left YouTube.
Hey, dude, did you hear a second plane hit the World Trade Center? T girl, tell me.
Drama alert.
What's the T?
The news.
A famous photo of them whispering in George W. Bush's
T.
ear. That was George Bush's response. He's like, T? Spill
Girl,
it.
tell me.
Gagged.
Roll it. Months ago, and kind of fell off the face of the earth. There was a rumor that began to circulate that I joined a cult. And I did.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
God.
there's that clip. I have everything else if you want to go to the next slide.
Okay, you have it all timestamped.
Yeah.
So this is all I need to watch from
Wow.
this?
Yep, you don't have to keep watching. I just have all my favorite lines.
Okay.
So the next thing she said that I thought was hilarious, are we on it?
So happens. The night before, I had a run-in with a cult. I went on Meetup, I went to a meditation thing, it was culty, they invited me to a potluck, and I wanted to go, just for shits and giggles. So I told
For the story.
Yeah, for the story, for the bit. So I told that story on the podcast. I escaped a cult yesterday.
A cult?
A cult. But I also told it fully intentionally, knowing it would be my last episode, and I didn't know when I would post next, and that would sort of like plant a seed for people to wonder where I was.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was a bit.
What?
That's a little bit. That's
crazy.
bit. Yeah, you're not really thinking
I don't
about your
believe her.
audience. You don't believe her. She did it. What do you mean?
I don't
She's lying
believe that
about
she
that.
did that by design.
Oh, you don't
Right.
think that
No.
she?
I think she's taking
She's
credit
just,
now.
she's just trying to stick the land.
But even if
No, but that's getting
But-
it's getting clicks and attention, right?
I think that.
But even the idea of doing it by design is really gross.
Right.
I agree. I agree. What I think happened is that she's just trying to cover up. I don't know what's happened, but
Right.
it seems like she did get associated with this weird cult people. So it's easier for her to be like, "Oh no, this was all I
Oh,
planned.
this was
all.
my game."
Yeah, this.
Yeah, I
did
didn't
this on
stop because of the
purpose."
cult.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Because I
agree.
doubt, like, who would do that? Who would do that? Just disappear for 3.5 months without saying anything?
4.5,
4.5.
4.5
even
months.
longer.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't buy that.
So at
It's
the end
funny.
of that
Fair enough.
quote, she
But-
basically says she didn't expect people to be as worried as they were.
Okay, hold on. Let me watch a little bit more because she goes on to say it's funny.
I escaped a cult yesterday.
A cult?
A cult. But I also told it fully intentionally, knowing it would be my last episode, and that I didn't know when I would post next, and that would sort of like plant a seed for people to wonder where I was.
Yeah.
It was a bit. It's funny.
Fair
Not a
enough.
bit.
What's funny?
That's not a bit.
What's funny about missing? I feel like
And making
I feel
people
like-
worry about where you are. That's
Yeah.
not
That's
funny.
Well, also assuming what she's saying is true.
Assuming.
She's totally fine. Then she gonna see the genuine concern people are having,
And she's
then
thinking
think
it's
like
funny?
I should say something, you know. But no,
Right.
She's in a cult.
But what I did not expect was that it would mean people were going to be worried about me. I didn't like maliciously want people to.
All right, so
that's
next
what she
one.
didn't expect
Right? Should I?
when she wanted to plant the seed for people to wonder where she was. She did, which no worried, just wonder.
You just wonder.
Yeah, she's missing, but you know what? When have we
We're
ever
just
heard?
wondering.
Whenever she's back, ready.
When have we ever heard of missing young women going wrong? It's
Never.
fine.
So basically, she says
There's no
this.
way to understand what went on there
Yeah.
and how it changed us. And
Changed us?
This really does sound like a cult recruitment.
I was just about to say, there's almost the prerequisite because we're so passionate about what it's done for us in our lives.
Oh, she's one of the cult members.
Yes, she met
Oh,
Tessa
God.
doing
Whoa.
ayahuasca at the cult.
Oh God.
And they talk the cult that they're discussing is a second one that they seeked out because the one at the potluck didn't end up working out.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Yeah, it's a different. They wanted us to know it was a different group.
Hold on.
It's
Hold
still a
on.
cult.
Hold on. I have questions.
Yes.
Has this girl ever been in
No.
her videos before? This is
No.
a new character.
She starts this video by going, "Who the fuck are you?" And then she explains that she had tried to sit down and do the video a few times, but she needed to be talking to someone that understood.
For sure, she's lying about her intention to
You
disappear.
think? I
It doesn't
think-
make any sense. She's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go on an ayahuasca journey with some random people and disappear. Like,
Yeah.
no, she didn't plan that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds silly to me. She's just trying to cover up. I don't know. I haven't seen the whole story, but that's what I'm feeling.
Lives and the way that we want to effectively communicate how much to the core it's done. It does somewhat come off as like, yeah, a recruitment video. It's because
If
once
y'all
you
would
found
just stop talking about like, yeah, we're in a cult, ha ha ha. Like, why y'all say that so much? Talk about it.
something that has changed your life so fundamentally and like actively has made your life go from something that is a struggle to be alive to life as a gift and you're grateful and stuff like that, of course you want the people that you don't even know to find that answer as well.
Oh, brother.
And if that's a cult, then
I'm
so
in
be
a cult.
it. Yeah.
It's
That
interesting
is
because
Why
a
do they-
crazy moment.
Why do they keep
This is
saying
so
that?
crazy.
And if that's a cult, I'm a cult.
a big part of the
Close into-
definition of a cult is
Why are you so? What is she doing?
Well, I
I
think
don't
it's so
know.
interesting. If
This
you
is
have
so
to pull
weird.
up the definition of a cult, it kind of means
You're
that
done.
you're done.
You're in,
You're scrambling.
You're in too deep.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
even
trying to
know.
scramble to prove to us that whatever you're doing is fine, but it's
find
sketchy.
that answer as well. And if that's a cult,
That
then
was the last line I wanted you to hear from this slide.
I do want to see her define what a cult is.
Oh, okay.
I'm
so
in
be
a cult.
it. Yeah.
It's interesting because a big part of the definition of a cult is a group of people with over admiration or affinity towards something or someone. And you and I and the people that we met at this center
Yeah.
have an affinity, a love for ayahuasca, for the other plants that we worked with,
Yes.
and for the maestro we worked with.
Yes.
The maestro. Oh God.
Yo.
Also crazy how they call it
No.
the center.
The center.
Like,
Ooh.
ooh, that sounds like it's a book or something.
The maestro.
Yeah, the great.
It's always
great
got to be
leader.
some shit. Maestro, Vanguard.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
he probably
yeah.
fucked them all, right? I mean, that's how these
That's
cults
the idea.
always go.
That's the end goal. always.
Literally, I don't think I've ever heard of a cult that doesn't involve the leader, who's always a man, fucking children.
Have a good night.
Right?
Yes.
Or underage girls. It's like every fucking time. It's incredible.
Yeah, cults historically don't really work out super well.
Well,
So
I don't
to
know if
tell
you,
her-
I don't know if you've looked it up, but on Google it says it's just of people who chill
You have
and
an
are dope.
affinity for something.
They're
It's just people who love stuff.
Yeah, they're just chill.
Yeah.
And if that's a cult, I'm a cult. All right.
I guess y'all are in a
next.
cult by that definition if y'all love me so much.
She spent 12 days in isolation at the center.
That's pretty much.
The
I think that's considered
center.
torture. Most.
That's what I thought, if you want to click and watch.
2 meals a day. We were doing a lot of fasting.
Yeah.
But it's also like you're not really supposed to consume media, the less music and podcasts and content and even books, the better. You're trying to get as quiet as possible. And then we also spent time in isolation,
Yeah.
not talking to anybody. I
Yeah.
spent 12 days in isolation.
You
That's
had
crazy.
a long run.
This is
While
like,
we're in isolation, or during other periods there,
Yeah,
we
that
don't
was.
drink
I included that to show you her living space during isolation.
this is very interesting.
It's right.
Yes.
Okay. Next quote from her is really interesting to me.
in ceremony. She just sucks, like puts her mouth here, sucks, and here, and then immediately throws up. And then I get up and I feel different.
Yeah.
Like lighter than I've ever felt in my whole
Get your
life. Like she
fucking
took
ass up
something
and
out of
work.
me that I didn't even know was there.
Yeah.
She purged for
She-
us
yes,
sometimes.
yes.
That's like selfless work.
3 times a week, every week, for dozens of people and new people coming in, new energies, time and time and time again, she shows up. Her dad shows up, her children. are
Oh
involved.
my God. The
Yeah, bro.
kids are there? I told you someone's be fucking kids, dude.
Crazy.
Every goddamn time with a cult.
Yeah, I thought that was extra silly to me because she said that afterwards she got up and she felt different. And funny enough, that's exactly what my friend said to me when she was on mushrooms. She just
Yeah, you're on
she got up
drugs.
and she just goes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel different.
You're on ayahuasca.
standing.
So there's this lady.
She
just
also
saw-
mentioned that they would fast.
Yeah, 2 meals a day. She said. At
And in
most.
a lot of cults, like even in the Vanguard guy, Nixium, they kind of get the girls to lose weight.
They practice
They're
deprivation.
sick.
Yeah,
They're
in like
sick.
a lot of different
It
Control.
starts as like, oh, you gotta cleanse yourself.
Yeah.
It's a system of control. Yeah.
Yes.
The maestro. We need to find out who's this fucking maestro.
I know, right? They didn't name
Why do you care?
the place. They were talking about possibly.
Just a heads up.
Yeah.
We got we've detected copyrighted audio and video. Your stream may be temporarily blocked.
She's doing that?
I have the warning. It just popped up.
It's got to be from her footage, right?
It's true.
Well, I'm not. Well, I'm obviously I'm talking about this cult. Fucking maestro.
have-
Yeah. Just
Okay,
a heads up.
I have these speech bubbles we can read from.
No, I'll watch it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Okay,
I'm not gonna,
okay.
especially because if they're trying to keep people from talking about this, then I'm definitely gonna talk about it. Maestro
Alright.
ass motherfucker.
So if you go to the next slide, I just noted this. This was a quote that she said.
One sec, I want to watch this a little more.
Okay.
With just being around all of these people that are coming in for healing, they are showing us love. They dedicate so much more than just 3 nights a week because we're living on the same grounds as them. If you've got a headache, they just whip you up a little something, you drink it, and bada bing, bada boom.
One time I had a headache and she just poured it over my head.
Oh, I haven't heard
For
of
me to
that.
feel better. There's so many different plants and ceremonies and
This is
pieces
some
to it,
wild,
right? Like,
wild.
Bro,
I told
wild.
you.
The fact that she thought she was gonna come out here and have this conversation and people not freak out is wild.
What was her content before? Like totally normal?
Silly. Yeah, she had a fun little podcast. She brought people on, like Vlog
Wow.
Squad members. She did the Uber prank thing. Like it wasn't like this, really.
Dude, they're trying to kibosh people talking about this.
That's wow.
That's very interesting, maestro.
So next slide. I noted that she said that her friendships fell away just like that after returning.
That's again straight cult shit.
Yes.
Alienation.
Always.
Yeah.
And I think perhaps that's what you're finding is your challenge right now.
Yeah.
That your core has been realigned.
Yeah.
And now everything else has to kind of follow.
Yeah, I came home and it felt like I was. It still does. It feels like I'm like living in a home that doesn't belong to me anymore. You know, friendships that just fell away like that. It's a really irony because I feel connected to everyone and everything, and I feel like I can tolerate things so easily, even if I'm around something that's not pleasurable. But I can't help but to feel such a disconnect from.
And then the next one,
so
she talks
many
about her parent.
parts of my life
Oh no.
that existed before.
It is so ironic, isn't it? You learn that you're connected to everything and you come back and you feel disconnected.
Yeah, it's almost like you're not connected. It's almost like you're in a cult. It's so ironic. I feel so connected, but at the same time, I've dropped every person in my life, friends, family. It's weird. I know I'm connected though.
I feel this.
I feel this.
It's like that in my life.
I know. What a portfolio.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
People healing Crohn's disease.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
The next one's crazier.
They closed the pockets in the anus or the intestines. That's
Wait
what
till the
Crohn's is,
next
right?
thing.
How did you confirm that? Were you guys doing colonoscopies at the center?
Holes in their body.
Yeah, hernias.
Finding forgiveness for
Curing
things that are
holes in their bodies.
Well, I think that's what Crohn's is.
Yeah.
Maybe she was
That's
referring to.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
the power
is.
of regeneration.
It is crazy.
I hear it can cure Tourette's too.
Yo, where's this guy?
Forgiveness.
I think we should go. We should go
Yes,
investigate.
Me
we
and
should
Mark.
all go.
Guys, I had a silly, goofy time with a cult today.
I've never heard stories like
I
that
know.
in my life.
I know. What a portfolio.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
People healing Crohn's disease. Holes in their body.
Yeah.
I think she's describing Crohn's disease.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know what else.
No, I thought it was
that
just all holes in bodies they
just
were healing.
holes. Close up
Yeah.
the holes.
All of it.
My ear piercings disappeared.
Housekeeping. They were just all
Close
in one
up the
way.
holes, people.
Yeah,
Close up the
hernias.
holes.
Finding forgiveness for things that are unforgivable.
Unforgivable things.
Wait, what?
Speaking with such compassion and peace after
Unforgivable
enduring
things.
things that were I've never even brushed up against in my life.
And seeing again how much their lives were changed.
And then the way people also were able to rid themselves of the shackles of our modern world was really impressive.
Like, for example, you know, most people frown against relationships with adults and children, but like that's just narrow-mindedness, you know. Our maestro taught us that that's actually really good.
Giving away all their money to, not that you have to do that, but to just live in the jungle and help people.
Is that what you did? You gave away all your money to Maestro?
How noble.
Fucking hell, lady.
Yeah.
How'd she get twisted up so fast? They caught her so hard.
I think you're right. The more I watch, I feel like it makes sense what you're saying. That obviously she didn't plan any of the. That was just something she was trying to say to make it seem intentional.
Yeah.
Who wants me to take their money?
Maestro be like.
And maybe they even encouraged this video because it's like
I
people are
imagine so.
worrying.
Yeah.
Well, also they thought maybe they could get some new folks.
Recruitment, yeah.
Recruit.
I think that's part of why, without even taking the medicine,
It's weird
being there
because some of the stuff she talks, like, it's not a sin to do ayahuasca and feel like you're learning stuff. It's just that people are very concerned and you're not being very forthcoming to your fans about whether or not you are okay. Like, there are so many warning signs in this. I included top comments at the end that we can sift through, but I don't know. It's
there's
just
no doubt.
scary.
There's no doubt
Yeah.
that she's gone.
People just want her to be good.
I don't think that you can reach her. She's in way too deep now. She's got to have to hit rock bottom before she gets out.
No doubt. Yeah.
Like, this is what's going to happen. She's going to be alienated from everybody in her life, including her family, closest friends. She'll have nobody left. She'll have no money left. She'll lose all prospects, future prospects, and
career.
Her career, her fans. She'll lose every single fucking thing. And then at that moment, somewhere around there, she'll realize
she needs to escape.
Yeah.
The next
so
slide is where she
because
talks about her
you
parents.
were able to see the parts of yourself that other people have worked on, and then it paves a little bit of the way forward.
Definitely.
What happened was I then came to Los Angeles and I shifted all of my attachment to other things that I had let go of onto making sure this project was going to happen. I got here and I was like, I took like 10 classes and I was like learning Spanish, and I'm still learning Spanish, but I was doing it in such a desperate, scared.
Okay, whatever. This one was about her parents, as you mentioned, the Swash.
But once I got back to LA, it became serious. Like, my parents were calling me and saying, hey, people are asking us if you've joined a cult. I got an email from Time Magazine asking for a statement on my disappearance. Friends were reaching out to me like, hey, what do I say? People are worried about you. There was a moment where I feel like I wasn't really in my highest self, which is that something about people concerned made it feel safer to be gone for longer because I had something to come back to, you know.
Bro. Huh? You waited to let people know that you were okay longer because they were already worried? That's not fair to your fans at all.
I don't understand the logic of that statement. I got to listen to it again.
What? I can't. But once I got back to LA, it became
Do you know how old she is?
She looks like 30.
Or younger, maybe. I don't know.
28, 30, 32, 28 to 32.
Famous birthday says 27.
Oh. I was close.
Yeah.
28.
I got an email from Time Magazine asking for a statement on my disappearance. Friends were reaching out to me like, hey, what do I say? People are worried about you. There was a moment where I feel like I wasn't really in my highest self, which is that something about people concerned made it feel safer to be gone for longer. Because
I don't understand that. What does that mean?
Me neither.
People were worried about me.
So the urgency and worry.
Maybe what she means is she liked the attention.
Yeah.
That people were thinking about her.
Which does kind of tie back into when she claims that she wanted to plant that seed and then be gone for so long. And then she stayed gone for long because people were interested.
I don't buy the seed theory. I'm not buying it, girl.
I don't know, girl.
Not you, girl. Her, girl.
I know, girl.
because I had something to come back to. You know, people were looking for a return, and there was safety in that, and that was helping the fear around coming back. But really what was going on, why I didn't just get on Instagram and say, hey, I'm fine, I'm not in a cult, is because I think I needed to prove to myself that I was going to put myself before other people and before work. And what I truly needed, like, I couldn't, as you say, I can't be bothered. I couldn't be bothered
and then I have
to get on it.
Where's the part about her parents?
She said when she got back to Los Angeles, her parents called her and they were like, "Are you joining a cult? Everybody's asking me if you're joining a cult."
Right.
So even she clearly wasn't talking to her parents.
But again, that disproves her original theory that she did this on purpose, because clearly even the people closest to her, friends and family and parents, didn't know what the fuck was going on either, by the sound of it.
So she pinned a comment after it received some backlash that said, "Hi all, I didn't really clarify this in the video, but I want to make it clear that I never intended for people to worry about me. By the time I started getting messages about it, I was not in a place to post anything online, and the longer I waited, the harder speaking up became. I'm really sorry that I caused people to worry. Did and doing my best."
Rick Justice says she's trolling 100%. I don't know anything about her, so
I don't know.
It seems too detailed.
Yeah, I agree.
It seems like she's
And she's pretty serious. She wants to make a documentary about it. She was like, production company, if you're interested, like I would love to. So it sounds like it's a big project that she's about to embark on.
I don't know what's your evidence that she's trolling.
Yeah, I agree.
Has she done elaborate stuff like this in the past? I mean, you're 100% in a cult. I feel so strange about this. So many people were worried for months. This is very unsettling, that comment said. Top comments. I'm studying psychology. I actually made an academic work about cults. From the most deep spot in my heart, both of you, get out of there. They won't hear that, though.
No.
Yeah.
Also, saying she came back and felt disconnected from friends is a big red flag. One of the first things cults do is separate you from your friends and family.
Yeah.
I've been so fascinated by cults and the effects they have on people, but watching Alyx for so long and seeing her strangely devoted to something like this chills me to my core.
You know what's really sad is thinking about the parents, like, because she can do it. She's consenting basically to go join a cult, and there's nothing they can do.
You see, a lot of times the parents are the ones spearheading these movements, like Nexium.
Yeah.
There was a mom of one of the girls who was in there. And interestingly, the mom was instrumental in taking down Keith in the cult.
Yes.
But her daughter is still in the cult.
Right. She never
left.
Yeah.
And she hates her mom. It's crazy. What do you do as a parent? Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably go to war too. I don't know.
Right. It becomes your whole life mission, because what else can you do?
But then your kid.
Same with the R. Kelly situation.
But then it's like, do you keep your door open so that when they're ready, they come to you, or do you go to war with the cult?
I personally would go to war, but I think it depends on the person. You know, it's not easy. Probably going against a cult, it's a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's risky business.
Yeah.
I need to say this as a longtime viewer. I can assure you that if I ever unsubscribe, it's not because you don't want to do revealing your secrets anymore. You're a cult, though, probable reason. I don't know what's worse, Alyx purposefully letting us worry for months on end about her possibly joining a cult, or the fact that she did join a cult and is gaslighting herself and others into thinking it's not one. I'm glad she seems okay and happy, though. Alyx, as someone who has been able to leave a real life cult, I hear stories like this one and it makes me so worried. My stomach actually hurts hearing you describe similar things I suffered while being abused. Isolation, not being able to get decent sleep, being given happy drugs, starvation, not engaging in anything but the people and the place where this all occurred. Those things can be dangerous. I strongly encourage you to take a break from the practice, to consider what is real and what is not. Please eat and rest and take substances in, I'm assuming she said moderation.
Wow, so interesting.
Oh, is that so? My thought is, yeah, she definitely joined that fucking cult.
Oh yeah.
The fact that there's a maestro,
Yeah.
that's what really sends it home. That's what makes it a cult. Not like a bunch of people just being spiritual together and taking ayahuasca. No,
Right.
there's a maestro whose kids are there. Fuck that.
Yeah, bro.
Kids loved Hitler.
Kids love maestro. And his wife is the one sucking their heads and puking all day. This one was just puking everywhere, and they're like, she's holy. She's so beautiful and pure. She's the best person. Just pukes everywhere all the time.
And then I feel different.
Well, I feel bad for her in a sense, but
Yeah, me too.
what a weird thing. Talia said she had an enlightening experience and is stepping out of the norm, calling it a cult, and worrying people is the issue here, not her experience.
What was that? I didn't understand.
This person, Talia, is saying she had a positive experience stepping out of her norm. calling it a cult and worrying people is
It
the
doesn't-
issue, not her experience.
It doesn't sound like a positive experience, though. She's disappeared, left many people wondering and worried.
That's what she's saying. That's the problem, not
what actually happened there.
Oh.
I don't know.
It's just
illegal
one,
to do
one
ayahuasca.
super chat's opinions.
I know, but I'm trying to entertain it. I mean, the thing is, we don't know everything that happened, but I guarantee you that there's not good things happening there. Guarantee it. I would bet you that any day.
Well,
Find
there's
that maestro.
so much. We've seen so much by now about cults and about what goes in there. It's never good stuff.
Never.
Never.
Well, of course, because a cult, by definition, has a psychotic egomaniac at the center of it who is willing to go to any lengths to manipulate and control people for their own benefit, and usually sexual gratification, all varieties of gratification that they can get. I mean, that's what a cult is.
Or what cult Talia's in.
Oh,
Who's she
interesting. Are you part of Maestro? Maestro's symphony? Hello, my symphony. Gather around. Today you'll be playing the flute on my dick. Call me Maestro. Everybody will be practicing flute tonight.
Show me your oboe face.
Yes. Now you'll be playing the trombone on my dick.
Got a huge tromboner.
Tromboner.
Somebody who plays the trombone.
Hunter said, I was raised in a cult. This is extremely alarming. Yeah, I mean, this
Wow.
this is not good for her. I don't care what you say.
Well, all of our love, literally. Hope everything works out for you.
Are you saying
I hope you're safe.
love bomb her? You know that's a technique.
Oh, I take that back.
Yeah, it's a cult
We have some work to do.
technique.
I don't think I think she's in too deep. There's no saving her. I mean, try. I'm just telling you. I don't think you can pull her out at this point.
Well,
I'm serious.
it's only been a couple months, right? People get deprogrammed from cults. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
but
there's
it
no
takes.
hope.
No, I'm telling you, it takes years. It
You
takes
don't
time.
think the insane response of
No, it's just going to
Really?
drive her further in.
We've seen so much.
no
We've seen so many documentaries about cults. It's
She's
crazy.
gone.
It's sad. It's really sad. I totally believe it's going to be what Ethan said. She's going to reach a point of she has nothing, zero in the bank, no career, no people left. She'll have physically nothing, no belongings, and she'll have to figure out how to escape this place and start over as an adult
100%.
in society. How do you start over your life? It's insane, and it's sick. It's sad that cults exist.
He's going to ruin her life, utterly destroy her spiritually, mentally, and that's when she'll come back. Sad, but I've seen it so many times. She's just in too deep. I'm curious to follow it, though, if she keeps making content.
No, I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Yeah.
Has she said or done anything since posting this video? On
She
any
hasn't posted a video. Let's see if maybe Twitter.
tweets, Instagram? They got her, man. You can tell by
Yeah.
the way she's talking about it. She's in the
I mean, they
vortex.
got her to make a whole recruitment video for 2 million people.
You got me, you got me.
We got you, love.
You got me.
Yeah, you guys got me.
Love, you ever heard of my friend Jenna?
No clue who that is. Actually,
gonna
I've
hit
never
the
heard that
button.
word ever.
What's
The
that
only
joke?
things that she's posted are about that video.
That
So
it's
no.
out?
Yeah,
letting
just that
people
it's
know.
out.
Here's George Bush actually receiving the news on that fateful day.
That's tea, sis.
That is tea right now.
Girl, that is so tea.
Is that you, Cam? You made my vision
Yeah.
a reality. Thank you.
It was a super late submission, but I finished the video. So
Okay, fantastic.
Oh my god, this
here I
is
am.
the tea.
I'm back.
He's back.
I can't believe there are people in the audience who either grew up in a cult or had experience.
Yeah, there's so many. It's kind of surprising.
And the fact that you're listening to this must mean that you've gone through so much to get to this point. Because also you can usually not consume any media. Even she said it.
Yeah.
It's always the same.
She said as silent as possible.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because they don't want you knowing what people actually say about them on the
The
internet.
hunter said, it took me years, and I even had one parent who left. The response will not help. People telling her it's a cult will not help. Yeah. Well, there's nothing anyone can do at this point. Everything is just going to drive her deeper and deeper. And it's it's a fucking crazy thing.
Yeah.
It's so incredible that there's this phenomenon that keeps repeating itself again and again. Because I imagining the level of control that it takes for a cult leader to get everybody sucked in and to constantly be introducing these control measures. I don't know how they even
How is it not just
that.
like illegal? I don't understand that.
Well, because it's like, how do you define it? How do you define a cult? You know what I mean? To make a law about it.
Like maybe there needs to be some sort of regulations. I don't know.
Yeah.
About
you know,
what?
about like you're not allowed to ask people to starve, or you're not allowed to control when they go pee, or if they can call their family. I don't know.
Well, they deny that stuff. They wouldn't admit to that.
I guess.
And even then, I mean, it all gets very fuzzy because, you know, at least I can only speak to the laws in this country, but, you know, freedom of religion is very much enshrined in the Constitution. And where does a religion start and a cult end? It's kind of a blurry line.
That's the big problem.
So, yeah.
Ravani says, I'd go to war against the cult for my child or close ones rather than them hate me. I'd rather them hate me than see them go down the worst road possible. It's a tough call.
Yeah.
It's just the premise of it sounds like a beautiful experience to go be in nature and connect with yourself.
Hold on. This comment says Alyx is a big fan of you guys. You should have her on the pod. She mentioned being inspired by your podcast when she started hers. Reach out. I'd love to talk to her.
Maybe we can talk some sense
Bro,
to her.
I would love to talk to her. That
Yeah.
would be so fucking interesting.
I'll totally reach out.
And I'll be understanding and sweet. I'm not gonna be combative.
No, of
I
course.
just want to know about Maestro. Yo, let's reach out. What the F? Something seems off. I wonder if this was her plan to join so she can make an escape cult documentary. No. There's nobody plan. That's like conspiracy theory thinking. It's like people don't plan like that.
Everybody's got their little plans.
It just happens, you know. But this is common too. You saw it in Nexium. They want documentaries because these people think that they're participating in this revolutionary thing that could save the world if only people understood what they understand. And also, as a cult leader, the PR is good and the recruitment is good. So it's common that they want to put out documentaries and stuff. Like what's his name? Mark
Elliott?
Mark Elliott put out the, I cured Tourette's via Nexium.
Have a good night.
And my favorite author, Mark Twain. That's a cult for show.
Yeah, I think that was in Huck Finn.
A cult?
Yeah.
For show.
That was in one of the lines.
I don't think they said for show back then.
Well, you got to brush up on your classic American literature.
No, they did. It went out of style and then came back.
I don't know. It sounds like it sounds far-fetched. I mean, she's going to want to spread cult PR. Yeah, exactly. I would love to talk about Hitler. No. Well, let's see. We're coming near the end of the show here. Thank you, Olivia. That was very interesting.
Yeah, that was very
Yeah,
interesting.
of course. I'm glad that you guys liked.
Let's keep tabs. Let's reach out.
100%.